Okay, welcome back to this the cryptography and system security course, right? And we were discussing about the different encryption techniques. I mean, the classical encryption techniques, right? And with the continuation of the previous session, right, I was explaining about uh, polyalphabetic cipher. Also, we discussed about how to convert a plain text to the ciphertext, and then how to do the decryption by means of converting ciphertext to the plain text using this the values, right? Now this is another category of the weakness cipher, right? So what happens? Suppose if the keyword, if there is a chance that the keyword has been identified, right? In that cases, the another the advanced technique here is that so along with the keyword, right, where the auto key system, in that along with the actual keyword, the plain text which has to be repeated as many length which is equal to the plain text. What is the plain text? Which is we are discovered, save yourself. But what was the keyword which we use in the polyalphabetic cipher, which is deceptive, 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 which has to be repeated, right? Which should be equal to the length of the cipher text. Sorry, length of the plain text. But when it comes to the modern cipher, right, and that modern polyalphabetic cipher, right, keyword should be used only once. After that, the plain text can be filled in order to equal the length of the key size as well as the plain text size. But the rest of the process are going to be the same. Is it clear? Next important technique which we are going to discuss here is that the one-time padding. When you talk about this one-time padding, so this is irrespective of the whatever the formula which you have used so far, right? And the CC cipher we have used cipher text equal to plain text plus 3 mod 26, or we can use cipher text equal to plain text plus k mod 26, and then we followed in the play for cipher we have used the intersection of rows and columns, right? And we followed different strategies when it comes to our mono alphabetic cipher. The frequency of occurrences again, which was mapped into the alphabetics, I mean the Oxford repetitions of the letters, right? But when it comes for the one-time padding, so this will not follow any such strategies, but user can randomly select the keys, right? You can select any key randomly, right? And that can be combined with the plain text, and that can be mapped into the ciphertext. Is it clear? There is no restriction with the formula and other things. Random key, you can select any key. Say for example, if this is the plain text, say for example, laptop is the data or plain text and ciphertext, right? So I mean, the key should be selected as any. Say for example, maybe electronics. But only thing is that make sure that both the length of the plain text as well as key should be equal. That should be matched. Otherwise, encryption is not possible, right? Now, so with this diagram, I'll try to explain what is how the one-time padding can be achieved, encryption as well as decryption. Well, I'll quickly try to explain, right? So here also we are going to use the numerical mapping for the alphabets, right? The information which I am going to transfer is meet me outside. So that is the plain text which I wanted to encrypt using one-time padding. But so the corresponding numerical value m is 12 and then e is 4. Again t is 19 and m 12, and so you can map this, right? Again one-time padding. So here this is the keyword, right, which I am selecting randomly. See here you can find any values b, d, u, f, g, whatever you want, right? You can put it here. But one-to-one mapping, right? So here the key which I used, instead of key read, right, I'm just using the term which is one-time padding, right? Randomly you can use it, right? But there is no restriction whether the key has to be repeated or not. But here the character, because here you are going to use only one character, so here that can be repeated as many times if you want. Otherwise, you can use the unique values. So randomly, I have added the values B, D, U, F, G, S, W, E, I, and its corresponding the alphabet mapping values, numerical mapping values, right? Now, what I could do is that I'll add these two values, numerical ciphertext, right? Now, if combine these two values, right? 13 plus 1, which is, sorry, 12 plus 1. 12 plus 1, which is 13. So, 13, which is M, is the ciphertext. Are you getting my point? If any queries, you can unmute yourself. Is it clear? Say yes or
Yes, sir. Clear.
yes.
Yes, sir.
It is a simple operation where the values of the plain text, numerical values of the plain text as well as numerical value of the key has to be added. 12 plus 1, which is 13, and it is a corresponding value is n. Very similarly, 4 plus 3, which is 7, which is equal to h. Right? There are some cases you will get more than 26. In that cases, what you will do? So, for example, I'll take this example where the plain text is O and then the key is W. So 14 plus 22, here we will get 14 plus 22, you will get 36. Now, this has to be applied to the mod 26. What value you will get? 36 minus 26, you will get 10. 10 आ गया इधर. So 10 का equal character value, which is K. I hope it is clear. I'll repeat with the other values. Suppose if I wanted to do the encryption for this, yes is the plain text and U is the key. So S ka numerical value is 18 and U's numerical value is 20. So 20 plus 18, which is 38, mod 26, which means 38 minus 26, which is 12. So why we are doing all this modulus operation? Because our character which are restricted, which are from only from 0 to 25. So we are dividing or we are doing the modulus operation so that we are bringing it to the range, right? So which is 12. So 12 ka ciphertext equal to M. By the way, we'll apply all these techniques, right? We can add the values of plain text as well as the key value, and then we'll do the modulus if the resultant value exceeds 26, right? And then we'll do the mapping. How will do the decryption for this? Anyone can explain. You can unmute and tell me the answers. You will get the key and you will get the ciphertext. How will do the encryption?
Sir,
E
minus.
minus size. Oh, sorry.
No, anyone.
Sir, ciphertext minus OTP, मतलब means key.
Okay. Good. So here, suppose if I wanted to, okay, this is for simple value, it is okay. Suppose if you are getting this, I'll take some complex example, right? Now here, your ciphertext value, which is 12, and this value is 20. How will you do it? Ciphertext value here is 12. Are you getting my point? Ciphertext value is equal to 12 and the key value, which is 20. How will you do that? Any idea?
No
Any
idea, sir.
idea? Huh?
If we get a negative number, for example, 12 minus 20 is minus 8, so we'll add 26 to it.
Okay, very good. So as I mentioned with the previous, if you are getting the result in negative, right, you obviously you need to add 26, right? So 12 minus 20, you will get minus 18, plus 26, you will get 18. Very good. So by the way, you can do both the encryption as well as decryption. Is it clear how you will get the decryption in case if you get the negative values? So I'll explain. So 12 minus 20, I'll get minus 8. In that case is minus 8 plus 26, I'll get 18. Whenever if you are getting the recession negative, always to be added with the 26 plus 26, you will get the results, which is 18. So 18 is mapped to the character which is yes. I hope this is clear for you. Any queries regarding this one-time padding?
Yes, sir.
Queries, eh? Clear. What way I should assume whether it is
Clear,
yes or
sir.
yes. Okay. So with this, I am just completing the part of the substitution encryption technique. What is meant by substitution encryption? Substitution means every character present in the plain text which are going to be converted or which are going to be replaced by other letters. So under this topic, we discussed about many encryption techniques. The first one is Caesar cipher encryption technique, and the second one is generalized or modern Caesar cipher encryption technique. Also, we discussed about affine cipher, and then we discussed about monoalphabetic cipher, and then we discussed about the Playfair cipher. We discussed about polyalphabetic cipher, and finally we are completing with the one-time padding, right? So with this, we are completing the substitution techniques. Next technique which I am going to cover is the transposition techniques. When we talk about the transposition, so here we are not going to replace any character with the other characters. Instead, the message which are going to be rearranged in such a way that we can make some altering, or maybe the position can be rearranged, right? Hide the message by rearranging the letter order without altering the actual letters used, right? The first technique which I'm going to explain here is that rail fence technique. When you talk about the rail fence, right, you will see that you will have the two tracks, right? You will have the two rails, pair of rods through which, right, the wheels can move on the train. So very similarly, what are the information which wanted to transfer? So that information are going to be divided into the two halves, right? So what is that information, right? Information which I wanted to transfer here is that meet me after the toga party. This is an information which I wanted to convert into the ciphertext using rail fence encryption technique, right? As I mentioned, I need to have the two lines, right? First line and second line, let's assume, right? The first letter to be placed in the first line, second letter has to be placed in the second line by maintaining this, right? And then third letter here, E, E, M, E, A, F, T, E, R, T, H, E, T, O, G, A, P, A, R, T, Y. Now, I can take this entire part. Now, what I did is that basically I divide the entire information into the two rows. First letters are the odd letters are present in the first row, and then even letters are placed at the second row. Now, what I do is that when I am sending this message, the entire information, the first row which I'll write first, M, E, M, A, T, R, H, T, G, P, R, Y, till this part. Then I'll add the second row, right, which is E, T, E, F, E, T, E, O, A, T, right? This entire information will be transferred to the receiver. Receiver will be given an information about the length of the first half and then length of the second half. and then you will divide this value. After that, you will write in the row. Did you got my point? Suppose if the receiver is receiving this information and he will be getting the information, the first half as well as second half value. The first half will be written like this, MEMA, and followed by this. The second half will be written in the second row, right, like this. Then you will map these values, MEET, MEAFTERTHED, and then you will read like this, and then you will add one after one, right? You will just MEET, ME, meet me after sorry, I got okay, then this, right, you will write in the two columns, and then sorry, two rows, and then you will add these letters, and then you will write in such a way that meet me after the broker party. This is very simple technique, rail fence technique. I hope this is clear for you. Any queries regarding this technique, how the rail fence technique can be used? Any queries? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, I'll move to the next one. The second thing is that second technique through which, right, I am trying to explain about the row and column transposition techniques, columnar transposition technique, right? Here, we are, whatever the things, whatever the value which wanted to encrypt and transfer, right? Here I am going to convert this into the columnar values, matrix values, right, by following any specific orders. Say for example, right, I can, what is the information? Attack postponed until tomorrow, right? The message which I wanted to transfer here is that attack postponed until tomorrow, right? So here randomly I can assign a numbers columns, right? 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, right? But what I could do is that, right, I can write here attack, but one after another, right? ATTAK, attack postpone until, sorry, until 2 a.m. this message, right? I just interpreted until 2 a.m. So if you are writing this, so here you will get only this part, and remaining the empty characters are empty places that can be filled using any filler letters, right? Now this entire information can be transferred, right, as the first. So here when you are writing, I am writing as a row, first row, second row, third row, and then fourth row. But when I am transmitting the information, I am going to take the values as per the rows. 1. So first row TT, SUO. Sorry, TTNA. Sorry, TTNA. Again for the second column, which is APTM. Again column 3, TSUO. TSUO. Right? Got it? And then the fourth column will be AODW. AODW, this. And then fifth column, COIX. COIX. and then 6th column K and Ly, this part K and Ly, and then the 7th column PETZ, right? So this the column transposition value which will be transferred to the receiver. Now receiver will have the information about the column structure value, right? This 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 values, and then you will get the information about that. Every column it has only the 4 characters. So you will divide this value, 4 values, TTNA, and then APTM, and then TSOU, and then you will write it in the column wise. So TTNA, which has to be comes under that first column, TTNA, and then the second 4 values are APTM, A, P, T, and them NM, and then the third 4 letters TSU, O. So T, S, U, O, and then next 4 letters A, O, D, W, which is 4, A, O, D, W, and then next 4 letters belongs to the 5th column, COIX, COIX, and then 6th column KNLY, KNLY, and then 7th column PETZ. Now, after constructing this form, now the reader will read in the row wise. ATTEAK attack, POST postpone until 2 AM. Now, the last 3 letters are the filler letters. Right? Is it clear?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, how will the receiver will know that this plain text should be in the 4 letters only?
Yes, right. This information to be shared, right? The column positions, this 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. The order of the column and the size of the column values. So these 2 information shared to be the receiver.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. Otherwise, it is very difficult to construct it again. So compulsory share karna padega, right? This column position 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, and then the number of letters. Otherwise, suppose if the receiver does not know about kitne columns hai, kitna rows hai isme, so it will very difficult to construct again. So he will share the information about the number of elements which are present in the column and then the column arrangements. These 2 information has to be shared to the receiver. Okay, are you all clear with these points?
Yes, sir. Yes, clear. Thank you.
Okay, with this we'll complete our today's sessions, right? The remaining the 2-3 techniques which is available, rotor machines as well as the steganography concepts. So that I'll try to cover in the next session. So which may require more attention. Right. With this, I'll stop sharing. Hope all of you wrote your attendance in the chat box. So till then, bye-bye. I'll end the meeting. Or I'll wait for a minute. If you didn't write your attendance, quickly you can complete it. Don't forget to attend the aptitude session, which is more important. Every time I'm insisting that, but you are not more serious about the aptitudes and placements. If you are joining outside the classes, definitely they will be charging more than 10,000, 20,000 for training. Here you are getting everything free of cost, that to expert faculties. You're not more serious about your practices, aptitude trainings. Okay, bye. We'll see you in the next lecture or practicals.